Have you ever wondered what is feminism? According to Britannica, at its core, feminism is the belief in social, political, and economic equality of all genders. Therefore, feminism is more than just a movement, but rather, it is a continuous effort towards achieving true equality, not just for women, but for all genders. But feminism isn't a single story. It has evolved across history in different contexts and struggles. To capture this evolution, scholars often describe feminism in waves. Each wave represents a period in history where women and allies mobilized to challenge the barriers of their time. In this video, I'll walk you through the 4 waves of feminism using media examples, global movements, and stories from the Philippines to show how these waves shape the way gender is represented in both society and media. Let's begin with the first wave. The first wave of feminism focused on legal equality, especially the right to vote.
Women should not exercise judgment in political affairs.
If we allow women to vote, it will mean the loss of social structure.
Vote for women! Fight for women! Vote for women!
In the film Suffragette, we see how British women risk their lives to demand political rights, often at great personal cost. Here in the Philippines, women like Josefa Elianes Escoda and Pura Villanueva Calao carried the same torch. Escoda, who would later be remembered as a Girl Scout founder and war hero, championed women's suffrage as president of the National Federation of Women's Club. She believed in the power of education and justice, mentoring young women to become leaders and mobilizing communities even during wartime. Her face on the 1,000 peso bill is a reminder of her legacy of empowering women. Meanwhile, Pura Villanueva Calao was a pioneering suffragette who at just 20 years old founded the Asociación Feminista Ilongga. She is famous for declaring, "What the man can do, a woman can do just as well." She used her platform, even as the Philippines' first carnival queen, to advocate for women's voting rights. For 3 decades, she fought tirelessly until Filipino women won suffrage in 1937. By showing both suffragette and the work of Escoda and Calao, we see how the first wave of feminism was about establishing women's political voices globally and locally. Their struggle laid the foundation for every feminist wave that followed. The second wave of feminism expanded the fight beyond voting rights to include equality in the workplace, education, reproductive freedom, and the fight against gender discrimination. It was a period when women challenged deeply rooted cultural and social roles that confined them to the home.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
A striking media example that embodies second wave ideals is the film Legally Blonde. Though released in 2001, its story reflects second wave principles by showing Elle Woods, a woman underestimated for her femininity, proving her intelligence and capability at Harvard Law School. The film confronts stereotypes about women being too emotional or fashion-focused to succeed in serious professions, echoing the second wave's challenge to rigid gender roles and workplace discrimination. In the Philippines, the women's organization Gabriela was born in 1984. In the last years of the Marcos dictatorship, Gabriela united women from all walks of life to resist authoritarian rule and campaign for democracy, while also fighting against domestic violence, sexual abuse, and labor exploitation. This wave reminds us that feminism is not just personal, it is political. The third wave of feminism embraced intersectionality and individuality, recognizing that women's experiences differ depending on race, class, and identity. It also pushed back against the narrow stereotypes imposed on women.
Are you currently facing a dating dilemma? Well, don't worry, because Taylor Swift has a multi-platinum song for that. Thanks to all of the serious heartbreak this girl's gone through throughout the years, Taylor has practically made her whole career off of retelling the stories of her troubled love affairs.
In entertainment, Taylor Swift's early career reflects this struggle. She was often dismissed as the girl who only writes breakup songs, her femininity and emotions used against her. But she reclaimed her narrative by asserting control over her songwriting, building her own identity and refusing to let the media define her. Her story mirrors third wave's values of self-definition, individuality, and challenging stereotypes about women's creativity. In the Philippines, Senator Risa Ontiveros embodies these principles. She has consistently pushed for inclusive laws, from advocating universal healthcare to championing gender equality and LGBTQ rights. Like third wave feminism itself, her work acknowledges that women's issues cannot be separated from broader struggles for justice and inclusivity. The third wave made one truth clear: women are not bound by labels. They write their own identities. The fourth wave of feminism is defined by digital activism, inclusivity, and confronting harassment and abuse through online platforms.
Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter and superstar Taylor Swift is promising to help victims of sexual assault after winning her civil suit against a former radio host who she says groped her. A jury of 6 women and 2 men ruled in Taylor's favor after nearly 4 hours of deliberation.
A powerful example is Taylor Swift in her later career. In 2017, she stood up to a radio DJ who groped her, taking him to court and winning a symbolic $1 lawsuit, showing that even global celebrities are not immune to harassment, but also that women can demand accountability. She has also been outspoken about sexism in the music industry and fought for ownership of her work, re-recording her albums to reclaim her art. On social media, she uses her platform to encourage women and young people to vote and speak out, reflecting the fourth wave's use of digital tools for activism. In the Philippines, the hashtag Babae Ako movement emerged in 2018 as women pushed back against misogynistic remarks in politics. Former Vice President Leni Robredo also symbolizes this wave, with her women-led presidential campaign in 2022 that challenged and trend sexism while empowering communities through inclusive leadership. Feminism's 4 waves prove that every struggle, whether in politics, culture, or activism, moves us closer to equality, from winning the right to vote to redefining women's role in society, to embracing diversity, and now to using digital activism. Indeed, feminism has continued to evolve. The fight for equality is not just history, it is ours to continue.